Hello students, this is part 2 of the poem Television by Roald Dahl. Already we discussed that the poem is a warning about the dangers of excessive television watching. He warns and advises the parents, children that the television set robs the mind of the power of imagination and creativity of children. In our previous video, we already studied that how children watch the TV in standing for a long hour or spending a longer time in front of the television screen. You can see the picture over here, that how the children are just sitting, standing in a lazy manner and just gaping at the screen. They are staring until their eyes pop out or drop out, get tired of watching excessively the television screen. Seeing this picture, you can understand, students, that how the children are getting hypnotized, mesmerized, or their minds are totally filled with only rubbish and discarded things. Even children are not behaving normally as the children should behave. They are not naturally behaving because they all have become very lethargic. Their appearances, they have developed a lazy nature, lazy habit of only sitting and watching television, and they are not active, they are not imaginative or creative. Even parents are finding a way to get rid of their naughtiness, and they can ensure to complete all their household chores when children are busy with the television set. Students, see, today we are going to start from here. Oh yes, we know it keeps them still. They don't climb out the windowsill. They never fight or kick or punch. They leave you free to cook the lunch. So here, according to the poet, watching TV for long time keeps the children still. They are not doing any of their activities. The naughty children are now very calm in front of the television set. The children get hypnotized by watching TV. They spend all their days in front of this idiotic box. Even through this poem, from these lines, you can understand that they leave you free to cook the lunch. Here you refers to the parents. Now, how television proves to be useful and convenient for the parents. Now, listen very carefully, students. You can also note down whatever I am saying. The parents let their children watch TV uninterrupted, since their children do not annoy or disturb them. So, as their time is mostly spent in front of the TV, so the parents can relax and complete their household chores. So, from these lines, actually the poet speaker is trying to present before us the outlook of the parents about the television set, because television set ensures that they are not fighting, means children are not fighting with each other. They are sitting peacefully and watching whatever is being served before them. Already I told you that word, ghastly junk. So whatever is being served before them, whatever is telecast on the television screen, the children are watching peacefully without disturbing their parents. So the parents are also happy with the television set because it allows them to work peacefully. So students, here you can note down that this is little sarcastic because of the parents' selfish reasons. Here you can say that parents become little selfish. They are ensuring that the television is on and in order to get the free time for their work without being disturbed, they are allowing their children to sit and spend a longer time in front of this idiotic box. Now, students, see these lines. But did you ever stop to think, to wonder just exactly what this does to your beloved tot? Underline the word tot, means child. So, who is you referred here? So, the poet referred you to all the parents of those children about whom the poet is very concerned. Which children? Children who spent longer time in front of television screen. So here in these lines, students, you can note down that the poet wants all of them, all the parents, to think over the problem, because children are getting addicted towards television, and not only getting addicted, they are affected in every way and every manner. So the problem that the poet talks about is a universal truth, because it is not a problem of some particular children, or it is not an advice to some particular parents, but it is a warning for all the children and parents who just get addicted towards the television set. Now, see from this, it rots the sense in the head, it kills imagination dead, it clogs and clutters up the mind, it makes a child so dull and blind, he can no longer understand a fantasy, a fairyland. His brain becomes as soft as cheese, his power of thinking rust and freeze. He cannot think, he only sees. Now, students, you can see that these lines are all capitalized. Every word, every letter has been written in bold capital letter. Why? First you write down, because the poet has capitalized the important portions, especially where he talks about the undesired consequences of watching TV. I repeat, the poet has capitalized the important portions, especially where he talks about the undesired consequences of watching television. In all these capitalized words, you will find two pronouns, it and he. So, it refers to television, he refers to any child who watches television continuously for hours. Students, I request you to write whatever I am saying repeatedly. I am requesting you. It refers to television and he refers to any child who watches television continuously for hours. Now, underline certain words. Clogs means block or chokes. Clutters means fill with litters or make untidy. Fantasy means imagination. Now, what message are we getting from these lines? See, from these lines, actually the poet is suggesting us that watching too much television fills up the mind of children with useless facts, while at the same time destroying their ability to be creative or imaginative. Already I told you this. Now, students, see the last line. He cannot think, he only sees. So, everywhere actually the poet is pointing out the same thing. He is making us aware of the same fact that the children are getting spoiled, because the television is spoiling the creativity of children, because they are not using their brain to understand things that are not in front of them, because that needs imagination power. And already see this line, a fantasy, a fairyland, these are all based on creativity and imagination. And already the poet said that the useless practice of watching television for hours and hours continuously has severely affected a child's creativity and imagination. That is why this line also indicates the loss of their creativity and imaginative faculty. So students, I hope up to here, up to this line, you are able to understand. You have written the important points, whatever I said. I shall continue in my next video.